Siddhant, we're waiting, we're standing by for Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, to just deplane and arrive on the tarmac there in the national capital. Lots is on the table as far as the bilateral between Prime Minister Modi and Rishi Sunak is concerned, which is going to be held tomorrow.
Well, yes, that's right. So there has been a lot of optimism as far as first visit of Rishi Sunak to India as the Prime Minister of UK is concerned, and there has been a lot of messaging also, Poonam, from the side of Britain. In fact, Mr. Sunak has spoken to a news agency here in India. The UK High Commissioner has spoken to CNN News 18, and perhaps the picture that Britain wants to portray, or perhaps the message that Britain wants to send out is that today's Britain is different from Britain that was 76 years ago. Now, today there is a Prime Minister who has his roots in India, is married to an Indian citizen, and is the Prime Minister of UK. So that is a message which UK or perhaps the government of UK, their officials are trying to stand out. Also, if you remember, Poonam, interestingly, ahead of this particular visit of Mr. Sunak to India, he went to attend one of the sessions of Murari Babu. Perhaps there was a lot of controversy also around it. So largely there are two opinions for Rishi Sunak. One, that he does flaunt his Hindu identity whenever required. The other one is that he at times avoids flaunting his Indian origins. So, there's always a mixed, we get to see two opinions coming for Rishi Sunak. But this time around, Poonam, he has landed, perhaps his plane has landed, and we can expect him to come down in some time from now. Tomorrow is going to hold bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Modi. There are a lot of things on the agenda, especially the trade deal. It was expected to get inked last year on Diwali, but got delayed. Obviously, Poonam, we all know that the relations between the two countries were disturbed because of the whole Khalistani issue when the Indian High Commission was attacked in London. Then there is also issue of fugitives in London. Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi, already their extradition has been signed by the Home Secretary of UK. But despite that, taking some sort of a legal cover, they are still in London. They have applied for asylum. There is also going to be a discussion on Indo-Pacific, because UK is also very keen in what is happening in whole of Indo-Pacific, because a lot of shipment to UK reaches from South China Sea area, and then this whole of Indo-Pacific, this route is used by ships which go to Britain. So there are a lot of issues on card, especially with regard to London, and in fact, Prime Minister Modi and Rishi Sunak have been speaking to each other over phone a lot of times. In fact, they also exchange greetings on Diwali and other occasions. But right now, the target for Rishi Sunak is to fix domestic problems first. And how will he do this? Do it? He will do it by taking India on his side, by perhaps increasing cooperation with India in sectors like trade, in sectors like defense, and that is what exactly is in the mind of Rishi Sunak. Now, what could be a trouble for India is, Poonam, that right before the arrival of Mr. Sunak to India, a senior official in his government made a statement regarding Ukraine.
Right.
Now, all these European countries, Poonam, including Canada, all these European Union countries, England,
right, sorry to interrupt you there, Siddhant, but these are live visuals coming in. That's UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak with his wife. They're being welcomed by Union Minister Ashwini Chaubey, several other dignitaries there in place as well. There is a lot on agenda as far as the United Kingdom and India bilateral is concerned. But there you see a cultural display, a performance for the arriving dignitaries. This time around, it is for Rishi Sunak and his wife, who've just about deplaned onto the tarmac, heading straight towards the hotel that they'll be staying at. There is lots lined up for not just the foreign dignitaries, for not just the leaders who are going to be in closed-door meetings tomorrow, but also for their spouses. A lot is on display as far as India's culture and heritage is concerned. All of that is going to be in focus over the next 72 hours, over the next 3 days. Rishi Sunak and his wife just about arriving in the national capital here, being greeted by Ashwini Chaubey, the Union Minister, several other dignitaries as well. Short, brief conversation between the dignitaries before they proceed to the hotel that they are staying in. Siddhant continues to be with us, getting us more details as to what exactly was on agenda as far as the trade deal is concerned. So that's what we were talking about, and that's really in focus, isn't it? Because so far there have been 12 rounds of talks as far as a trade pact is concerned between the two countries.
That's right, Poonam. So trade deal is on the mind right now when it comes to Rishi Sunak. As I mentioned, Poonam, it was expected to get inked last year by Diwali, but it got delayed because of a lot of reasons, especially the attack on Indian High Commission in the month of March. But then later, the kind of gesture that Britain has shown, Poonam, Britain has pledged £95,000 to tackle this entire issue of Khalistan, and perhaps they have also made arrests in several cases. They have also increased security, the security of Indian High Commission in London and in fact Indian foreign offices in other places. So all these actions have been taken, and this is the reason that before sending the trade minister to negotiate with India, Rishi Sunak did send the security minister to India to meet his counterpart and perhaps announce all the measures that UK has taken. So now, as you rightly mentioned, the 12th round of talks have gotten over. There have been good negotiations between both the sides. When I interviewed Alex Ellis, I remember he in a way reaffirmed UK's support for India's ambitious health plans. UK also endorses India's ambitious pharmaceutical industry collaboration when it comes to digital public infrastructure. So there are collaboration in those sectors as well. But when you say what is going to be the key highlight of or takeaway from Rishi Sunak and Prime Minister Modi bilateral, which is going to take place tomorrow, then it's going to, obviously the talks are going to be on the issue of trade, Khalistan, and obviously the fugitives in London. And this is the second time both are going to meet tomorrow. Before this, they have met on the sidelines of G7 in Hiroshima. Back to you.
Right, stay on with me. Abhishek also joining us here on this broadcast. Abhishek, both Rishi Sunak and his wife Akshata Murty, no strangers to the Indian culture that is on display right at the airport for them as well. Performance of the Bihu as they just about deplaned from their aircraft, now heading towards the hotel that they're going to be staying in. There is a lot on agenda for the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. There are bilaterals that he's going to be holding on the sidelines of the G20 Summit as well. But there is a lot that is on the agenda, and there's lots lined up for the spouses as well, isn't it?
Of course, and as Muktesh Pardeshi, Special Secretary of G20, had yesterday told us that there is a lot of heritage site in Delhi, historical museums in Delhi, modern gallery that are being open for these spouses or the delegates who wish to have a peek in the history and heritage of India and the art that India has produced over the several decades in the past. But that will remain for them to decide which place they want to go. The protocol division has tried to facilitate every thing. We have seen how Delhi has been actually spruced up and all the beautification that has been done in order to ensure that the delegates and the partners and the spouses of the leaders attending the summit would get the best taste of Delhi, best experience of Delhi, to ensure that there has been complete overall, especially in the central Delhi area where the most of the heritage sites are also there. There are Sundar Garden, then the Lal Killa, Rajghat or Qutub Minar. All these things have been spruced up. There are security measures that are being taken to ensure that all the hassle-free movements of these VIP guests across Delhi in these specific locations.